Gareth Hughes.
Thank you, Mr Speaker. The Green Party supports the Government's move to underwrite AMI insurance, a move that will give certainty to policyholders, especially those in Christchurch, needing to rebuild their homes and their livelihoods. Giving ourselves the option of taking a preferential shareholding in AMI is the most prudent way to bail out the company and will ensure the interests of taxpayers are best protected. However, the Government has itself admitted that the $500 million may not be enough to cover the full liability AMI is exposed to. With the Government committed to borrowing to fund this bailout amongst a list of growing others, the argument for an earthquake levy is now more compelling than ever. We as a nation, Mr Speaker, have to be prepared for more bad news from the Christchurch earthquake. The Government needs to design a fiscally and economically resilient response. Putting it all on the credit card doesn't constitute a plan. Putting it all on the credit card leaves us less able to deal with future shocks to the economy. Mr Speaker, the Green Party has proposed a temporary levy on income as the fairest way to pay for AMI-like scenarios. Our proposed levy is fair. It would fall on those most able to afford it and would raise over $1 billion of additional revenue for each year it remained in place. The levy is a targeted tax, one that would go directly to pay for the rebuilding of Christchurch. It's also a proposal that is widely popular. We commissioned UMR Research to test the waters, and their poll results show total support for the temporary levy at 57%. Our plan to raise the temporary levy is smart economics. Raising additional revenues would significantly lessen the risk of a credit downgrade. The Finance Minister's office confirmed through an answer to a written question yesterday that the credit agencies will be reviewing New Zealand's sovereign credit rating after the budget. Standard & Poor's and Moody's currently have us on a negative credit watch. The Government's latest bailout of AMI simply increases the chance of a credit rating downgrade unless they show some commitment to raising revenue to lessen their debt blowout. A credit rating downgrade would add significant deadweight costs right across the economy, the last thing our fragile economy needs right now. The other part of the Government's approach to paying for the rebuild of Christchurch is to cut public sector spending at a time of weak economic activity. This carries the great risk of sending an already fragile economy back into recession. And a recession will further worsen our ability to repay debt, slow our ability to ensure Christchurch lands on its feet sooner after this great disaster. Mr Speaker, a temporary levy avoids the risk of a credit downgrade and the risk of sending the economy into recession, as it spreads the cost of funding the rebuild right across and fairly through the economy. In light of this new economic reality, the smart, pragmatic way to pay for rapidly increasing costs from the earthquake is to reconsider the raising of a temporary levy. We encourage the Government to do this.
Speaker. The Honourable Sir Roger Douglas.